Now, 8 times in chapter 7, we read the accursed thing. At least in the King James translation. In others, it might be the dedicated thing or the consecrated thing. And there are other ways in which it is translated. But the accursed thing. You recall chapter 6 and verses 17 and 18, and the city shall be accursed. This is Jericho. Even it and all that are therein to the Lord. It shall be accursed. There's that Hebrew word, the accursed thing. It shall be accursed. And all that are therein to the Lord. It will be dedicated. It will be consecrated. Only Rahab the harlot shall live. She and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. And you, in any wise, keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest you make yourselves accursed. Chapter 7. When you take of the accursed thing and make the camp of Israel a curse. In other words, that which was brought upon Jericho will come upon you if you touch the accursed thing, or if you take the accursed thing. That curse upon Jericho will be a curse that will come upon you and trouble it, or trouble Israel. Verse 18 concludes. The verb form of this word translated the accursed thing is used 14 times in Joshua and is typically translated utterly destroyed, at least in the King James. In verse 21 of chapter 6, you see it translated that way. And they utterly destroyed all that was in the city. Chapter 8 in verse 26, you see it again. For Joshua drew not his hand back, wherewith he stretched out the spear, until he had utterly destroyed all the inhabitants of Ai. And that's what happened time and time again as they worked their way through Canaan. Some have called it holy war. I don't know that we can go that far as to call it that. But the point is utter destruction. That's what's behind this word, accursed thing. The term refers to that which was devoted to Jehovah, either for destruction or for some consecrated purpose. Back in chapter 6 and verse 19, but all the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto the Lord. The accursed thing. And they shall come into the treasury of the Lord. In other words, it's not for you to take. Verse 24. Again, the silver, the gold, the vessels of brass and iron, they were to be put into the treasury of the house of the Lord. God has clearly established that everything related to Jericho was under the sentence of destruction. And the only exception was that which was to be placed in the treasury of the house of the Lord. God did not give Israel the liberty to do what they pleased in the land of promise. He is blessing them with this land, but they are under covenant with God, and God has established the ground rules that they are to follow as they enter into the land. By the way, we could advance our thoughts to this present day. You know, we are living in a world that is cursed. The accursed thing. It is devoted to destruction. You know that. Fire is going to destroy this world. And I'm advancing my thoughts maybe a little sooner than I anticipated, but you get the parallel that's going on here. And when we engage ourselves with this world in a way that Achan engaged himself with Jericho, we are placing ourselves in a position of taking the accursed thing, the destruction that is promised upon this world, upon ourselves. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.